Did you know that in some U.S. cities, rent alone can cost more than half your monthly income? I'm talking $3,000 plus for a one-bedroom. In this video, I'm challenging myself to find out, can I realistically afford to live in some of America's most expensive cities? Let's dive into the numbers and realities of urban living in 2025. If you're anything like me, you've probably scrolled through social media and seen those luxury high-rises in New York, San Francisco, or Los Angeles, with skyline views, rooftop pools, and price tags that make your jaw drop. But beyond the Instagram-worthy apartments lies a serious question. How do people actually afford to live there? The cost of living in these major cities isn't just high, it's extreme. From the bright lights of Manhattan to the tech-driven neighborhoods of San Francisco, rent prices are soaring, and everyday people are struggling to keep up. But what does that really mean in day-to-day life? Let's break it down city by city. In New York City, the average rent for a two-bedroom apartment is over $4,200 per month. While the median income hovers around $70,000 per year, that means over 70% of your take-home pay could go straight to rent, leaving little for food, savings, or transportation. In San Francisco, a one-bedroom apartment costs over $3,500 a month. Even with a decent income of $80,000 per year, rent can swallow nearly half your earnings, and that doesn't even include groceries, healthcare, or student loans. Los Angeles isn't far behind. With average rent over $2,500 and income averaging around $60,000, many residents spend more than 40 to 50% of their income just to keep a roof over their heads. In fact, it's becoming more common for young professionals and even middle-income earners to live with roommates or move back in with family. Seattle, once considered an affordable tech hub, is now seeing average rents of $2,200 plus. And in cities like Boston and Miami, rent continues to climb, while wages remain relatively stagnant. Why is this happening? A major reason is the lack of affordable housing. In many of these cities, demand far outweighs supply. Zoning laws, land shortages, and skyrocketing development costs all contribute to a shortage of middle and low-income rental options. And it's not just about the rent. Living in these cities also means higher prices on everything: groceries, gas, public transit, childcare, and even internet. When housing eats up most of your paycheck, there's little left for the rest of life. It's no surprise that people are getting creative. I recently talked to a friend living in San Francisco who shares a two-bedroom apartment with 3 other people just to make rent affordable. Others are moving to suburbs, commuting 2 hours a day, or choosing tiny homes to cut costs. Here's the reality. According to a 2024 housing report, over 50% of renters in the U.S. are now considered rent-burdened, meaning they spend more than 30% of their income on housing. In many urban areas, it's closer to 40% or even 50%.
Oh.
Is there a solution? Cities are experimenting with options like rent control, inclusionary zoning, and community land trusts. Some companies are even offering housing stipends or remote work flexibility to ease the burden. But the road ahead is complex. Millions of people are still struggling to find a place they can afford, in the very cities that drive the economy. If you've ever lived in one of these expensive cities, you know the hustle is real. It's not just about budgeting. It's about sacrificing comforts, taking side gigs, or delaying major life goals just to pay rent. In conclusion, the rent crisis in America's most desirable cities is no longer just a big city problem. It's a national conversation. From Silicon Valley to South Beach, people are being priced out of their neighborhoods and forced to rethink what affordable really means. But you're not alone. If you're struggling with rent or considering a move, I'd love to hear your story in the comments below. And don't forget to check out my next video on affordable housing tips and cost-saving strategies that could help you survive or even thrive. In today's rental market, let's face it, the rent is too high. But with the right mindset and tools, you can still find a way to make it work.